It's just two totally unrelated accidents.
This is feeling like a Scooby-Doo mystery. I love it.
Donald Paulson would probably see everybody kind of getting together and helping everyone. It's like, you 4, or 3, or 5, how many party members you have. You want gold? I need you to find out who did this.
Yeah.
This building is fireproof. I made sure of it. I know my fire.
Yeah.
So, this is sabotage. I need you to bring me the culprit. Or kill them, I don't care. So, just throw in a little bit of financial motivation earlier on, especially if they're getting stuck. Like, they can work together on their own, but this is a little bit of help to actually make them form.
That's also where, like, goblin issues are coming in. Well, they've been stealing food and whatnot. Like, we know they're around. We know we're having people loot. So this is a bigger issue than just
Goblin.
sabotage.
Yeah.
Small town, there's nowhere for people to really go. So there's probably going to be someone around, or
There's
someone
probably-
looking out a window.
Somebody might have been looking around. Maybe if the players look around, somebody was actually, like, peeking around the curtain.
Yeah.
Like,
What's that?
and as soon as, like, the players, or they make eye contact, the person just...
Yep. You hear like 10 different locks on their door.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There you
And
go.
so they can choose to investigate, what's her name? Old Aunt Grilda.
Okay.
They can go talk to Old Aunt Grilda. Nobody really trusts her. She's paranoid. She's crazy.
Yeah, she sees goblins all the time.
She could say she saw a masked man lurking around at this point, because we want to start sewing that in a little bit.
There's something else going on.
She like starts like sifting through a notebook. Like, let's see. Last week on Tuesday at about 7 p.m., an old man was with a mask was lurking around. He didn't do anything, but he was up to trouble, and I know it.
He did a lot of pointing at the tavern.
Yes. I don't know who he was pointing to, but he pointed to the tavern. So we can actually weave in, like, last week on Tuesday, she saw what we described earlier, masked man. Then before that, or I guess we should say after that, she swears she saw a goblin investigating the forge.
Okay.
And then the masked man brings in a cabbage cart. And then today, we could just say they moved the cart
No, they were in the cart.
the entire
The
time.
Trojan cabbage
Oh,
cart.
God.
Don't let me think of these things.
The cart moved itself. That's what she sees.
Yeah.
Because the goblins were in the cart.
Yeah.
But they were too stealthy and they got out and she couldn't see them
Yeah,
actually
but
getting
you
out.
can just lift the thing open.
And there's like a little cubby hole with like holes where they can actually move the wheels from the inside.
Some of the cabbages are actual just wooden blocks. There are some real cabbages, but they're like nailed into the thing.
Oh, God. Okay. So now we know it was goblins.
And to be fair, most people will probably think goblins aren't that smart, so you're thinking that there's someone else behind this or something else behind this.
Mm-hmm. And if they investigate the area, they'll probably see that goblins went off in a specific direction. They could scour the area. It would take them 15, 20 minutes at least to actually kind of sift through all of everything. Now we just need to figure out where the goblins are. We can actually have them in either a nearby woodland or like just on the forest line in a cave somewhere, as goblins are wont to
Cellar
do.
of the old tavern.
That's exactly where I was going with this. That's exactly where I was going with this. It's where they've been lurking the entire time.
Yep.
And that's why Old Aunt Grilda keeps seeing goblins everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they just like make food runs and steals things from everybody.
Because they haven't really cleared the rubble or anything, I wouldn't think.
They probably wouldn't. They figured, we'll just let this serve as a reminder for now, and we'll build a monument at some later date.
We'll build something over it eventually.
Like, they neatened up the area, but you can still see there's, like, the hunk
just
of
piles of... Yeah, okay.
there. Maybe the blacksmith put a plaque there.
Oh, God.
Again, in memoriam to Paul Donaldson.
There we go.
And everybody, once the party gets there, they're just like, what? Again? Question is, once they get to that building, they might clear some of the rubble and they might find, like, footprints in the dirt and the soot that leads to an old cellar flat.
Okay.
What's going to be down there? Like, it surely can't be as simple as jumping down and, hey, mystery solved.
Well, sabotage could have just been part 1 of
The plan.
The plan. Part 2 was to actually assassinate New Barkeep. Like, sabotage was just the distraction. So Old Barkeep doesn't have to be down there. It could just be the goblins.
Well, maybe he figured this would actually take care of him in the first place, and then he was watching the entire time and saw that he made it out, but there was too much of a crowd now. So he never made it back there, but the goblins did.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a sketch of Donald Paulson, the new barkeep. So confusing.
You're welcome. That's why I keep saying old and new barkeep.
Yeah.
There could be
a sketch with like a dagger just straight through it.
There can be a plaque that blacksmith made, like broken in half and just laying off to the side. Like someone got super mad that this blacksmith is making a memorial when he knows that.
Or maybe the one that's been placed on this building has actually been like
taken down or marked up.
Actually like scratched.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can just roll an intelligence or investigation check to try and work out what it says.
Yep.
Everything in here probably survived. It's probably how he managed to get out alive.
Many empty bottles.
Many empty bottles all over the floor.
Makeshift bed.
There's probably a few different like little side alleyways. You probably have like goblins around a little makeshift fire.
Yeah.
And they'll probably attack at this point, like shouting, "Intruder, get him!"
Yeah. How many do you want?
We'll figure that out with the math afterwards in the write-up. There'll be a link down below to the website with all of the information you actually need in order to run this encounter, with all of the math sorted out for you, assuming it is for level 1 party members. You can tweak it however you see fit, especially if they've rolled high on their stats. What will likely happen is goblins like to set up traps in the way of early warning systems. Very basic rudimentary things, like a little piece of string that when triggered knocks down a bunch of like metal, or maybe it's all of those bottles that have been drunk. Like knocks down a basket of all the bottles.
Like when you open the cellar door.
Yeah, you can lift it up like a couple inches and there'll be a hook. That's a way for the rogue to investigate, see if there's a trap.
Fair.
And an easy enough way to disarm the trap. If they don't, if they just open it up, you ask the players, okay, do you just open it? Do you do anything? Nope, just open it up, and then the early warning system goes off. That allows the goblins to hide and actually get a surprise round on everybody. Once they're down there, if they disengage the trap, they'll just be camped around a fire, eating God knows what.
Celebrating their victory.
Oh, yeah. With booze and
Yeah,
food.
we've done good, boys.
Yes.
Maybe one or two of them has some swords that were still being worked on. They were like playing with them.
Maybe. Why not? So what information would be down here to actually point to the fact that this guy is going to go attack New Barkeep? It could just be the ramblings of a lunatic on the wall or in diary. It could be as simple as that.
I like the ramblings on the wall.
Okay.
Because we've done the diary thing before.
So what this person essentially did was they got some of the burnt wood from upstairs and used the charcoal from the burnt wood and like carved it into the walls in soot. Okay, so vaguely, what would they say? Just cursing this person out.
Yeah.
Like, son of a Balrog, Donald Paulson sabotaged and burned down my my inn. I know he did. He will pay.
Yeah.
Let's see how he likes it. Yeah. Let's see how he likes it when his tavern burns. And if that doesn't work, then I will. And then the final thing would be, then I will skewer him with his own weapons.
Yeah.
In which case they'd probably run back and try and find him and likely see some sort of confrontation going on between the two. He could either be subtle or not subtle about this. Maybe they ran back, asked where he was. He's probably gone home to like
recover for the day.
Yeah. Essentially, as soon as they kick the door in, they see the old barkeep lunge forward with the sword, stabbing into the wood right as the new barkeep just rolls out of the way. We have them roll initiative at that point, and basically this madman is just going to keep focusing on trying to attack. But as soon as it gets to his turn, he's also going to say something along the lines of, this man's the real villain. And then we can let the party decide what to do, because we've given them the information. the new barkeep is going to want the party and encourage the party to kill this man. A, to stop the truth from getting out, and B, just so that...
He's a deranged lunatic.
Yeah, he's a deranged lunatic. I don't know what he's talking about. Kill him. And this guy's going to say he burnt down my old inn. And say he's the true villain. He needs to die. Don't you want justice or do you just want gold?
Yeah.
And then I think that's pretty much our conflict resolution. The party decides who to either kill or apprehend, because they can try and just knock this person out and actually go through the justice means.
Which might be a good thing to remind players of.
Yes.
Before even the game starts, remind players that you have other options rather than kill.
Yeah.
Because I think for the longest time, I didn't realize that I could just knock somebody out.
Yes. Once they've finished off with the bad guy, we need a way to keep them together. Like, the party together. And to continue on adventuring.
They could be recruited. Like, hey, dealt with this problem well. We have another problem. Lead them to another city. So they have a little bit of traveling together. They get to a city, they solve another problem.
Yeah, we could say there's one guard in town. Earlier on, right after the fire, probably ran up to the fire and
maybe he helped save one of the NPCs.
Or started just questioning people because everybody was brought out already. Like, asked the player characters, is there anyone left in there? Is there something we can do? No, everyone's out. Okay, well, did you see what happened? Did you see anything? Somebody do this? Is this an accident? And then, like, maybe spread some of the rumor of this isn't the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Then goes to the, like, maybe mutters under their breath, this is awfully suspicious. Just make the guard presence known so that if they are apprehended, they can be brought to the guard.
Okay.
And if they are brought to the guard can say, I need accompaniment bringing these two to the city.
Which also would be fun roleplay, like taking a prisoner to a jail across the country, whatever, or at least to the next town, because now you're traveling with a wanted man and a city guard.
Yeah.
Just what are you guys going to do?
What are some of the fun roleplay opportunities? Maybe somebody's going to bribe their way out. If they're dead, chances are the party should probably notify the guard. In fact, they're probably going to say, look, I can see you guys like doing things on your own. You're very proactive that way. Like early on, right after the tavern burned down. I would appreciate the help. I'm not even going to try and ask you not to help. I'm sure we can figure out some sort of reward for helpful information. Just keep me in the loop, please.
Okay.
That sort of thing. Just so we have different reasons for the party to come back to the guard.
And if they need any help, maybe the guard can...
Yes. And he can be a voice of reason if they decide to bring him along. Just a little way for the DM to kind of like put in suggestions.
Yeah.
The reason to stay together, though, is a little bit more complicated. He could just say, listen, we've been having problems with this, or this, and that'll lead into either your bigger quest, your bigger campaign, or just another mission, depending on what you have planned for the bigger picture, essentially.
Or they can go back to, what's her name? Grendel?
Oh,
Grendel. She probably has something up her sleeve.
She might have something up her sleeve if they say no. Maybe she's actually like a Thieves Guild member, and if the party go down a darker route, or you playing like want them to go down a darker route, maybe she goes up to them and says, I know what you did.
Yeah.
Like, meet me here at like midnight, and she offers them a job. All right, so that is our adventure, I think. The Sword and the Spirit. If you want to see all of the details with the write-ups, the combats, the rolls, and just the story layout, that's all going to be on our website. There's going to be a link in the description for everything you should need for this. Again, it's for level 1s. It's built towards 4 party members, but it should be pretty easy to adjust. It's going to be a relatively easy adventure anyway. It's just a nice introduction. No huge, like, life-threatening things. Nothing massive at stake. So honestly, the Goblin...
That's adventure 2.
Yeah. The Goblin encounter itself isn't going to be that hard. And it should, in theory, by my estimations, last maybe a session. Possibly a session and a half, leading you into the next adventure. Whatever that may be. Anyway, I guess we'll see you next time.
Let's go get a drink.